Unfortunately, Ukraine may lose a key ally due to the large-scale crisis surrounding British Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Analyzing the political situation in the United Kingdom, it is safe to say that the seat under Prime Minister Starmer is not just shaking, but is at the epicenter of a real political earthquake. The fact is that during the so-called question time in the British Parliament, Keir Starmer made a statement that shocked even his allies. It turns out that Keir Starmer knew about Peter Mandelson's connections with Jeffrey Epstein even before appointing him as ambassador to the United States. And let me remind you, Peter Mandelson is currently under a large-scale investigation by the British police as he has been implicated in a major scandal. And now, wherever Keir Starmer appears, he is immediately showered with criticism for hiding information about Mandelson's connections with Epstein. But what is really happening? Who is Peter Mandelson, and what do Keir Starmer and Ukraine have to do with all this? Let's discuss all of this in this episode. My name is Alexei Pechi. Let's discuss this topic together. But before we start, I ask you to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave any comment under this episode, and subscribe to my Telegram channel, Pechi News. The link is in the video description and at the episode's end. If you find it interesting and useful, I ask you to support the work of this YouTube channel with your donation or subscription using the links and details in the description of this video. I would be grateful for any support you can give. So, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, is a good friend of Ukraine who supports the idea of a coalition of the willing and who is now working together with Emmanuel Macron on European security guarantees for Ukraine. Keir Starmer became involved in a major scandal that could cost him his job. His own Labour Party is already calling for his resignation, and they say, well, he needs to think about his reputation. All this is happening after new revelations about the friendship between his former ambassador to the United States Mandelson and Jeffrey Epstein, who was convicted of a sexual offense. The influential British politician and also Lord Peter Mandelson left the Labour Party the day before, which means they took away his Lord title. He said he doesn't want to cause more problems due to his revealed ties with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, has already stated that Mandelson should not be a member of the House of Lords and has ordered an urgent investigation. This is the last recorded contact between Mandelson and Epstein during his time as a minister in the British government. But now Starmer himself is being accused of knowing about all the scandals, and not only staying silent, but also appointing Mandelson to important positions. And today Keir Starmer tried to ease the situation and stated that Mandelson had deceived him, and here is a quote from Starmer today. "We didn't fully understand how deep or dark these relationships were. I am truly sorry this happened to you." He tells voters he's sorry so many influential people have let them down. "I'm sorry that I believed this person's lies and appointed him to the position. I'm sorry that even now you have to watch this story unfold in public." But the day before that, very Keir Starmer was in the British Parliament during Prime Minister's questions. He admitted that he knew about the connections between Epstein and Mandelson when he appointed Mandelson as the British ambassador to the United States at the end of 2024. Starmer quickly said Mandelson had betrayed him and the entire country. Here are Prime Minister Starmer's allies. In the Labour Party, there are fears that the latest scandal might affect not just Starmer. It could further undermine the party's own position in the snap elections, which are already scheduled for this spring. And that's true in Wales, in Scotland and so on, really all across Britain. Even now, London police have launched a criminal investigation against Peter Mandelson, who is accused of misconduct and passing confidential government information. James. But what was revealed in the new Epstein files that caused such an uproar across the whole of Britain? Documents released by the United States Department of Justice last Friday indicate that Epstein made several money transfers to Lord Mandelson and his partner, who eventually became his husband. Bank statements show 3 separate payments of $20, the latest scandal. Starmer got it from Epstein's John Pierpont Morgan bank account. These transactions were made in 2003 and 2004 when Mandelson was a member of the Labour Party. The question arose, what were these payments for? We'll get to that in a moment. Among the published photos from the latest scandal, not to hit Starmer, but a person in a bathrobe with a hidden face appears in the photo, but Mandelson says he doesn't know what the photo is, where it was taken, or what happened before. But all of this is trivial compared to the latest scandal. To hit Starmer of the Year, Mandelson writes to Epstein, quote, I'm working hard to make changes, but the Treasury is resisting, but I'm dealing with this issue. What is this about? This policy, the latest scandal to hit Starmer, but also the country. At that time, Lord Mandelson was serving as the Minister for Business and could, of course, influence all of this, which he basically did. And now the United States Department of Justice has stated that Mandelson was implementing such a policy, the latest scandal for Starmer. The country, this is the very heart of the government. Like, well, you knew that this Mandelson was tainted by his connections with Epstein, so why bring him into the Labour Party and even appoint him to the Labour Party? The latest scandal to hit Starmer, but the country? In May 2026, Britain will have local elections, and if Starmer doesn't keep things under control, they could be his last in office. Starmer, of course, tried to save himself by announcing the removal of Mandelson's peerage and membership in the Privy Council. But for many MPs, even from his own party, this move looks like a belated attempt to simply distance himself from his own mistake. The latest scandal has shaken the country. If things end badly for Starmer, a great friend of Ukraine may lose his position. I won't judge Starmer. I don't know whether he knew everything or not. He says he knew about the connections but didn't know the depth of those connections, and now he says he's very, very sorry. So I'll leave it at that. Share your thoughts and conclusions in the comments below. If you found this episode interesting and useful, you can support our YouTube channel with your donation or by subscribing, becoming a sponsor on YouTube. All the links and details are in the description of this video. I will be grateful for any support you can give. That's all for now. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.